Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I did a sample piece for you today of what we're going to work on, and this is the very popular C2C crochet, which is your corner to corner. And this is a project that you can do that grows really fast if you are looking for something that you want to do up very quickly for a project for yourself, or if you're looking for something for a gift for someone that you need to get to them rather quickly. This is a very quickly growing project, and it is a very nice looking project as well. And it does very nicely with color change. So what you're doing is you're building square on square or block on block, however you want to label that. And like I said, you are building on top of block on block, and you are working in double crochet, and you see that your double crochet stitches and your squares are going different directions, and it gives it a nice little detailed look. So basically you're just growing your square until it just gets to the size that you want it to get to. So I did a sample piece here, and I've got 3 different colors going. And this is a great project to use up scrap yarn. So I've got 2 balls. I'm going to only change color one time because I've done videos on how to change color. And I will only do that in this project one time just to get you an additional feel for that. So let's get started with this. So what I'm going to need you to do is get any size hook that you need. I'm using an I-9 hook. So just go ahead and do your slip knot on your hook, and what we're going to do is chain 6, okay? We will be working in multiples of 6 when we're doing our chains. At the beginning of every block, you will be working 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And let me zoom down here a bit for you so you can see what I'm doing. Okay? So now to build onto every block, you're going to work into the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you will be working in double crochets. So you want to go on that 4th chain from your hook and work a double crochet. Okay, and now you'll have 2 chains remaining, and you will work a double crochet in each of those as well. Okay, and I will put the link down to redheart.com below in the description box, because you can get a great pattern from their website as well. Okay, so now this is the foundation. Okay, this is going to be your number 1 block. Now what you have to do, each time that we make a block or a square, we are going to have to turn. Okay, and this is how we're going to work this. Now what you're going to do at the beginning of every block or square, we're going to have to do a chain 6. Okay, so don't do them really tight. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so we are going to be working in this direction. So we're going to be working into this gap here. So we need to make sure that we have access to all end gaps on this side of our block. So now we're going to start off by working down this chain of 6. So again, we're going to be working in the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put a double crochet into that 4th chain from the hook, just like we did on our first block. And then go put a double crochet into that next stitch, and then into the next one as well, just like we did at the beginning. Okay? So now at this point, let me throw this over. At this point we now have 2, okay? So now, oops, let me turn that back around there. So now what you're going to have to do at this point is you're going to jump over, and you're going to insert your hook into that space. You see where we had our chain 3, you're going to go into that space, grab your yarn, and you're going to do what is called the slip stitch, and you're going to pull through and through. Okay? Now what we're going to do is chain up 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to go back into that space, and we're going to do 3 double crochet, okay? because you want to make it equivalent to these. You see these have 4, counting that chain 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet here. 1, 2, 3, and counting that chain 3, that's also 4. So we have to do the equivalent in each square that we do. Okay, so that was 3, and now that's 4. So now at this point you should have what's called looking like a Y or like a V shape there. So that's going to be the base, kind of like your base formation there of your beginning row. So now what we're going to do is we are going to now turn it back around, because we're at the end. And now you're going to kind of go back to the beginning where you're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to start that process over, and you're going to count down 4. And you're going to work those 3 double crochet again, starting in the 4th chain from that hook. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and 3. So with that chain 3 right here, you should have a total of 4 double crochet. Okay, so if we look at the example piece, this is the V part. Okay, and we're now working on this next row. So we're at this point now where you're going to kind of go folding this over the top of this block, and you're going to go into this space right here where you did that chain 3 over the top of this next block, and you're going to do a slip stitch, because you're going to join those 2 blocks over the top of each other. And then you want to do that chain 3 and get that process started for that next set of 4 double crochet. Just that simple. And this project is going to go, and it's just going to keep going, and then it's just going to grow very, very quickly. Okay, so that's 4 there. All right, and now you see you have this next gap space here, so you're going to have to close that, and then to do that, you're going to have to jump to this next one, which is the end one again. Join that with a slip stitch. And for each row, you're going to add an additional block, so you're going to have to jump an additional time with a slip stitch and join. And then you're going to do a chain 3 here. And then you're going to do an additional 3 double crochet here. That way you're building this block. Okay. So if you look what we have now, we have just made from here down. See how quickly that grew? Now if you're wanting to change color here, that's fine. If you want to go another row, that's fine. I think what I'll do is go one more row and we'll change the color. So what you're going to do here is you're going to turn just like that. Okay, and you'll do that chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you're going to count down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to work that double crochet there, and then you'll do that in the next 2 single crochet as well, and that's going to build up that block for you there. Okay, now you have to connect these 2 blocks here, so you're going to go into that space between that first chain 3 and those 3 double crochet for a slip stitch. Okay, and then you're going to chain 3 so you can start building that next block. So put your 3 doubles in that same space. And this is very simple once you get that base down pat. Nothing difficult about it. So now you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to jump over to this next chain 3 space for a slip stitch and chain 3. And then you'll do your 3 doubles here. And then you're going to do this once more because each row grows an additional block. So we'll do our slip stitch and chain 3. And then we'll do our 3 doubles, but on that last double, because we're going to change color, we're not going to finish that double off. Okay, So this is our last double crochet here. So we'll do it that far and we'll stop there and put that down. And I'm going to grab my teal color here and I'm going to go ahead and make my slip knot for security reasons. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on there and pull that through. Okay. And where's my scissors here? I don't know if I have, yes, I have my scissors. Good. I'm going to fasten off my old color. And I will tie my gentle knot here so that I have more security. Okay, and now what you're going to do at this point, you will turn and you will chain 6 with that new color. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and now you will go into that 4th chain from your hook, just like we've been doing, no change here. And then you will go in the next 2 below that and you will start that new block. And this is why I say, especially at the beginning of this project, it's great for scrap yarn. I'm not really sure if it would be the further down you go, because your rows get, hold on a second, your rows get a little bit longer. And scrap yarn, usually you have less and you just need to get rid of it, but it's great for scrap yarn. Okay, so now you're going into that next chain 3 space for a slip knot, or I'm sorry, slip stitch. Then you're going to do your chain 3, and then you will do your 3 double crochet in with that chain 3. And that makes your next block. Okay, beautiful colors. Of course, they're my favorite. Alright, so we'll go into that next chain 3 space on that next block for a slip stitch, chain 3, and then 3 double crochet as well. This is the next block. And you can change rows or change color every row. You can change color every 5 rows, every 10 rows. It's whatever you prefer. It's totally up to you. If you're using scrap yarn, change it how often or how seldom you would like to do it. It's up to you. But this is a great scrap yarn project. Okay, now we're at the end. We're going to continue with our slip knot, our slip stitch. I like the slip knot word better than the slip stitch. We're going to continue making this last block. Okay. And there we go. And you can see that there are kind of indentions in here. And it's supposed to be that way. That's just the way that the pattern works up. And you can also work over your tails as you're going through here. I would just work them in like you normally do. You work over your tails as you're changing your color. And that's pretty much all there is to do in your C2C crochet. Just change your color real often, and that's all there is to it. You just keep building your blocks on top of blocks on top of blocks, and you just have fun with the color with this project. And you can add a border if you like. Other than that, that's really all there is to it. And you just keep building and building. And like I say, this was a sample piece that I did this morning. Of the more color you add, the more beautiful it looks. So this is going to be my next project. Just as soon as I complete my crochet ripple afghan, the one that I'm doing that's listed on my Facebook, the one that I'm doing in the teal colors. I should be done with that in the next week. I have border and tassel to finish up. So this is my next project. I'm doing this one for the house that we get in Iowa. Those of you that know that we are relocating. So that is going to be my house project. That is my housewarming Afghan project to myself and my family. So this is going to be what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be using up some scrap yarns and different things like that, so I'm going to make it a pretty good size. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and this is your C2C corner to corner Afghan stitch, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, happy hooking.